we should do like a video where we just talk about like I don't know, just gaming in general.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about that. You know what? That's what pretty much this part's gonna be. This is gonna be an extra part on Sunday.
That's what I was gonna throw. That's what I was gonna throw in.
Stop that recording. Let's make a new one.
That's what I was gonna throw in.
Some straight voice recording.
Nah, we're fine.
Oh, you want to keep it on this one?
Well, because he could just take the voice.
Oh, you're just
yeah, I can just take the audio.
All right, cool. Well, let's.
Well, because I was doing something like that the other day. I was making a like a little video about like how all of these fucking remakes are coming out, and I decided not to put it up. I was like,
as long as it's a remake of a good game, I don't care.
All right, let's do it. All right, we're gonna call this 2-minute round robin. Okay.
2-minute round robin.
All right. So we someone brings up a topic, and then I'm gonna look at my watch, and we're just gonna count off 2 minutes.
It probably would be better if we already had topics. All right, let's keep going.
All right. Well, I'm gonna mention one, and in the meantime, you guys think of one. All right. Halo. Okay.
Master Chief Collection.
All right. I'm looking at my timer, and give me a second, and okay, here we go. Okay, so Halo, as you know, Master Chief Collection is coming out. I have my Xbox One. I am super excited for it. We're going to be able to have all 5 games on one console now. You guys may have not checked out the videos, but
they checked out the videos.
If you have not checked out, listen, get on YouTube right now. You're already there, bro.
Yeah,
Part 1.
That's half the battle.
Yes, that is half the battle. Part 1. Get on YouTube. You're there. Now skip to Part 2. Okay? Part 2. You need to watch. I'm not sure where they had it placed at. I feel it was somewhere in California. I feel like maybe Antioch or something like that.
What, E3?
No, not E. It wasn't at E3.
Comic-Con?
They just had.
What, Comic-Con?
No, wasn't at Comic-Con.
Oh,
they just had a meeting in which they like revealed a lot of the things that went into them making. I'm moving into my second minute. In which they were talking about what they were going to put into the next Halo and all the different things that they did, and like the background actors. I mean, it was fantastic. You have to check out that video. If I can find that video sometime, whenever I get a chance, I'm going to put it, I don't know, somewhere on the page, somewhere in link in the description. But you got to watch that video. It's really intense. It's so much fun. And they went back and they redid a lot of the characters and stuff like that. And it's just, and you can play either way. It's like a flip of the button. You change from old school view to new school view. It's a lot of stuff in there that
pretty much shit they revealed at E3 actually.
Yeah, man. And
that was definitely Microsoft's highlight.
It was like
I don't remember anything else from that E3 so that game.
Shots fired.
I don't agree with that.
PlayStation had no highlights. Look at these indie games. Look at all of our indie games. Oh wait, here goes Uncharted. But look at our indie games.
Yeah, just Sony's credit. At least they show more gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they show more about 10 and Arkham Knight. I can't wait for that game.
It's gonna be awesome.
Another sequel.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Next topic.
John.
I can't think of that.
Alright. Square Enix is on some BS right now. As a lot of you know, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix is about to drop in a few months.
Yay!
But apparently, what a lot of gamers have a problem with is, in Japan, they're getting like this huge collector's box for the collector's edition. It comes with Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, this collector's pin, some stickers, an art book, soundtrack, and all of this crap. And a Wayfinder. Now, in America, if you pre-order Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix, you just get the pin. Now, personally, I don't give a shit. Because I care about the games. I want to get the game. I want to play it. I want to have fun. That'd be nice to have all of that extra crap, But at the end of the day, it's about Sora, it's about Riku, Kairi, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, and Naminé. And Roxas. Definitely Roxas, because he's the best.
Here's another thing. When it comes to saying getting the 2.5 remake, $10 says you already got it in 1.5.
Well, that wasn't the problem. Well, especially these people, they call themselves the Kai keepers, and it's spelled with an X because that's what the symbol is, Kai, whatever, or key seekers, whatever. And they have this thing called Be Fair Square or Square Be Fair, where they're legitimately upset that Japan gets the Wayfinder and the art book and all of that crap for pre-ordering Kingdom Hearts, but it's a special edition box that they get in Japan for like $200. All you're doing is pre-ordering it and getting that pin. I honestly feel like they're just overreacting to the whole situation, and it doesn't really matter, like as far as to the extent that they're complaining about it. I mean, of course, it'd be nice to get all that stuff, but whatever.
John?
Fuck me. Let's see. Oh, this man's thinking. He's thinking real hard. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, for all these video games, John knows if you can't think of one topic to talk about.
That's hard. That's a hard thing about it. That's why you choose a game.
How about this? Best game coming out. Okay.
This year?
Best. All right. Well, we'll do a best game, but we'll say that to the end. How about best game for each console that's going to come out?
Let's see. What do you mean for this year?
Yeah, for this year.
Well, that's even one. Well, from Microsoft Match Chief Collection. Sorry.
Okay.
It's not. It doesn't really count though. It's like a remake.
It's coming out this year though, and plus Halo 5's coming out with it. So, all right.
Wait, I thought that comes out later this year.
Well, that comes
I mean next year.
Next year.
Yeah, next year. It'll be next year.
Yep. All right.
Can't wait to do that with the channel
Troy?
right away.
Shit, I don't know. I might just have to say Halo because I can't really think of too many.
I'm going out on the line. I'm putting my neck. Halo is my favorite game series, but I'm putting my neck on the line, and I'm saying Halo is not gonna be the best that's coming out for Xbox.
I mean, it's just.
I'm gonna tell you why.
It's a because you're just getting the first 4 games. The new game doesn't come out until like next year, 2016.
People are only gonna play it for its best multiplayer, and its best multiplayer was Halo 2. People are going to play Halo 2, be teabagging each other, is going to buy them time, but people want something new, something intuitive, something that is different. And for that, I believe Destiny is going to be the best hit for Xbox this year.
Shit, that my choice over PS4 actually.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When you can't say that Destiny is going to be the best game on Xbox One if it's a cross-platform game. You got to think exclusives if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, are we going to do exclusives?
That's the only way you can say the best game.
But that's going to be so hard to do. What happens when we come to PS4?
Exactly.
Shots fired.
I mean, you can say, let's see, The Last of Us. That's about it.
Yeah, The Last of Us.
Actually, PS4 has a lot of exclusives, but I mean, like, didn't they come out with Ratchet and Clank? But that was last year.
When's Far Cry 4 comes out? Shit.
See how hard it is?
But it's hard for me to do on Xbox One, too. Unless Sunset Overdrive comes out this year. Then Sunset Overdrive is
fucking doubt it. It's coming out next year.
It's coming out next year.
That's really the only game on Xbox One that had me excited so far.
Believe it or not, the easiest one for Nintendo.
The exclusives that are coming out on Xbox that I know of are Evolve. If you know what that is, it's like a hunting.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
It's a game where there's like 4 characters. You guys each help to hunt this beast, and there's a player running the beast, and it's kind of fun. It looks exciting from what I've seen.
But I know what the best game of the year is going to be.
Then Assassin's Creed Unity.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Hey, I'm not writing off that game just yet.
Oh yeah, of course you're not.
Yeah, that's your field.
Yeah, that's your field. You're the FPS person out of all of us.
The reason why I'm not writing it off is because
it looks exactly like Titanfall. It looks exactly like Titanfall.
I hate when people say that. That game looks nothing like Titanfall.
Yeah, get it it doesn't look like Titanfall. It does in some areas, but no.
And people are saying it's like a Titanfall ripoff. I mean, come on now.
Titanfall.
Really think about it.
It can't be a ripoff.
There's no way.
The same company.
There's no way they're making. There's no way they're making this game.
There ain't no campaign modes. Titanfall.
Yeah.
Point one, Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Advanced Warfare is the campaign. It comes out as DLC. They're like, Call of Duty is the campaign for Titanfall.
Titanfall was really Call of Duty. We fooled you all.
That'd be terrible, but real talk. First thing, Advanced Warfare is being made by Sledgehammer Gaming. And Sledgehammer Gaming is not the same company that's been doing it thus far. I mean, they run over their multiplayer, but that's what the people enjoy about it, right? So I don't think Sledgehammer is going to have any issue making a good, enjoyable multiplayer for a Call of Duty game. Because they've done it 2 years in a row.
You see, JMike, no one ever said Call of Duty was a bad game. We're just tired of it.
We just sick of it.
It's the same. Okay, see, look. You get Call of Duty, you play the story mode for 6 hours, you beat it, and then you move on to the multiplayer. You get bored with the maps within about 2 hours, and then you're done with the shit until the new map pack comes out, which is about, like, 3 of the maps are almost clones of maps that you've seen in previous Call of Duty installments. And then you get bored with that shit. And then you get 1 kill streak and a bunch of kids report you for cheating because you're a stupid fucking cheating fucking bitch!
And then sooner or later, we'll have videos about people saying they went perfect in 1 round. Seriously, guys, stop that.
Someone gives a shit. I went 23-0. Congratulations.
That's not even hard. That's really not. There's nothing to brag about.
You know what? That brings up a bad question. How do you guys feel about a certain franchise releasing a game each and every year? You know, like, for example, Call of Duty is the perfect one. And I think Pokemon's starting to do that as of late.
Well, Pokemon has always released a game every year.
Well, now it started Diamond Pearl.
No, it started with
What's that
Ruby and Sapphire.
The Ruby and Sapphire?
Because Ruby and Sapphire came out.
Oh yeah, it's right.
Then the next year was
Fire and Leaf Green.
Fire and Leaf Green.
And then Emerald. So yeah, it did start like that.
And then we had a 1-year break.
Yeah, 1 year.
1 year break.
It's not healthy for these games to be coming out.
Then it came out. Then they came out with Diamond and Pearl. Then we had another break. Diamond and Pearl, a year break. Then Platinum came out.
No, wait, Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Platinum came out before Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah.
There was a year, because it came out in 2007. There was a year break. 2009, Platinum. Then 2010 was Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yep.
I'm wiki to this. Continue.
2011 we had Black and White. 2012 we had Black 2 and White 2. Last year we got
X and Y.
X and Y.
This year we get Heart Gold Silver. But Sonic Boom comes out right next to it, so I'll have to wait for it later.
No, we're getting Omega Ruby and Aqua Sapphire.
Yeah, I meant to say that.
But then when you think about what with Pokemon games, it's generation because you don't have to really worry about the remakes. But like most people buy those for the nostalgia factor, and then some people.
And in this case, it's chance for you to see how much they improve on it.
And then some people don't even buy the new games, so they'll just buy the remakes. And then there are people who just buy the main series games. So if you're one of those people, you don't really worry about buying a new Pokemon game every year. But if you are buying a new Pokemon every year, you fit under that demographic that you were talking about.
I don't like that the Pokemon games come out so often, and the reason why I say that is
because you like the fact that Call of Duty comes out so often.
I never said that.
What's your least favorite Call of Duty game, by the way? There, JMike?
My least favorite Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Black Ops 2.
I go with Ghost actually.
Joke's on you, I didn't play Ghost because I was done with that shit with Black Ops 2.
Yeah, Ghost probably was the least enjoyable.
I sampled Ghost. It felt like a quick cash in, so nah.
Yeah. It was a quick cash in. But they're trying to change it now, but I feel like they've already kind of wasted away their reputation, kind of sitting back, enjoying the wealth that they're earning off their reputation and stuff. And I think that is coming back to catch them. And I guess they're trying to make a change now because they're moving to a 3-year plan. So there's 3 companies making the same game.
Yeah.
And
it's the same metagame.
Yeah, the same metagame.
The only thing
it's going to start coming out like Sledgehammer's going to work on this game, and then they're going to get 2 years off, and then they're expected to have a game on that next upcoming year, and it's going to work the same way for Treyarch and Activision.
I feel like even in the end, you're still going to have that same metagame on multiplayer.
Yeah.
the only thing that really separated the Call of Duty games was the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing.
And Call of Duty 4's story was so immersive. You know what?
It stopped being immersive after Black Ops. To me, Black Ops. Modern Warfare 3. I'll give Modern Warfare because that story. It was just nice to kill the guy on the helicopter. So I'll give them Modern Warfare 3.
That was satisfying.
After Modern Warfare 3, it was just like, because I played through all of Black Ops 2.
Throw the knife in his face. No, that was Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3.
Modern Warfare 3, you like get on the helicopter,
what the dude
beat the
gets
shit out of him, like yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I like the side missions. There are some nice side missions.
Yeah.
My thing is, I'm really looking. I'm not really feeling Call of Duty as a series anymore because of what they're doing, and I see it being like, you know, and they can't help it. I mean, why change the formula of the game? That's what people actually want.
Yeah.
You know, people don't want to admit it, but that's what they want. If they really change the game significantly, they'd be like, "This isn't the game."
Well, see, but that's the problem with the gaming community. I feel like the gaming community doesn't know what they want.
Exactly.
Because this is what happens. This is what happens. Look, all right. Pokemon comes out. Call of Duty comes out. Assassin's Creed comes out. Oh my gosh, this is the same game every year with different guns or different Pokemon or a different assassin from a different time period. But as soon as something like Final Fantasy 13 comes out, I'll bet, you know, the story was a bit stupid, but Final Fantasy 13 comes out and I'm like, oh my gosh, they changed so much to the way the game is played. And I'm like, but it was still fun. So if you change, it's like if you change anything, they're going to be mad. If you don't change anything, they're going to be mad. You just can't please fanboys.
Yeah.
It's what
banned if you banned if you don't.
Yeah.
It's what they made a console Pokemon game. You know, just like the handheld.
Dude, it was so great. It wouldn't be Pokemon though. That's why you know that they don't make too many Pokemon games, and you know, like I used to like be like, dude, we need a Pokemon on the console. But when I think about it, you know, they're pocket monsters. So you know, they were always meant to be on handheld consoles. Now, of course, we got Coliseum, XD, but those were developed by different companies. Pokemon Stadium was a tech demo.
Yeah, it really was.
And Battle Revolution was kind of a fail because it wasn't as big as the other ones.
Yeah, it wasn't a good stadium match, unfortunately. Because I should love the stadium for me. It can only want to do the RPG.
I think what the gaming community needs is some new and fresh ideas, some new and fresh games.
New IPs. There was an interesting article on modernwarnego.com. Y'all should check it out. If I remember to look it up, and I'll send it to John, and John will put it in the description, where this guy said he wishes there was a new genre in gaming. And you know, people like freaked out, what would a new genre even be? But
yeah, they say about that.
But that's the thing. If someone can find a way to create a new genre, that will like revolutionize gaming forever. Even if it's a great subgenre.
I'm telling you, this is it. MMO FPS RPG.
Don't they have those?
But there's not many of them. Yeah. And think about the ones that came out. They've not been huge successes. Borderland tried. Yeah. Borderland did a okay job.
Okay job.
It depends on who you talk to.
Destiny is going to be... I played that beta.
I don't know.
And let me tell you, when that beta ended, it was the most empty feeling I had ever had. Bungie.
No, I don't want to stop.
We're talking about working on games for a long time. Bungie put an Easter egg way back in Halo ODST. They had been working on this game for 7 years. You know?
Final Fantasy 15 for about 15 years. It was versus 13 7 years ago.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just, you know, and it's going to be a MMO FPS. And it's just, if you guys get a chance, another link in the description. Go on YouTube. Oh, you already got step 1. So go ahead and skip to step 2. All right, type in Destiny, what we know so far. And it was the most enlightening video I had ever watched.
Here's the problem, though. From a lot of what I've seen, you're probably the only person who liked the Destiny beta. Because I
I know what you're saying.
The internet has been shitting on this beta.
Oh, what game do they not?
45% of the people who pre-ordered this game canceled their pre-orders after playing the beta because they said it was, they said like it has a good concept but it's executed poorly.
Ooh.
A lot of people have canceled their pre-orders.
I didn't know that. I just made
up that 45%, but a lot of people have said they've canceled their pre-orders because it just wasn't what they expected.
That is a shame. And yet again, I mean, but this is I feel like this is a perfect example about how the gaming community really doesn't want something new. Like
well, that's the thing. Well, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
What people have been saying is like it's not new in the sense that it's something actually new, but they said like it's taking stuff from like I can't remember the game like Halo. It's taken from like Halo and like Mass Effect and one other game, and it's putting those together. So it's not really something new. It's just 3 things that have never been put together before. But that's how some people are saying.
I think the one you forgot about, I think, is Unreal Tournament.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Sorry, I wasn't serious.
some aspects that I did see in Destiny. Okay, the first thing is Halo.
Yeah.
The physics engine obviously feels Halo-ish, but we're really just saying Halo because that's what Bungie has made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when we try and conceptualize what these games are, the only way we can do this is by comparing it to things
what we already know.
Exactly. So a lot of people are saying Halo when I feel in actuality they should be saying Bungie.
Yeah.
It's an engine that Bungie uses, to make their games, and it has the feel that you'd expect from a Bungie game. But
Real 7.
and the Mass Effect aspect of it, I saw that in there, and that's the whole immersive. You have a role, you have a duty, is goal oriented. But that's the kind of thing that keeps people subscribed. That's the kind of thing that keeps people coming. You know what I mean? Exactly. The gamer wants to feel like they have some sort of important role, like it's a part of them in some aspect. So if you create a game where you are rewarded, there's a leveling system, all these different aspects in the game that require commitment, So then you get all these people to commit to the game because they have such of a big integral part of it, and it becomes a community,
Yeah.
And one thing that's definitely been killing games that are based like first person shooters is the communities, man. First off, you can't make them happy. Like for instance, people online were complaining about Black Ops 2. Now Black Ops 2 I feel like was the last Call of Duty thus far.
Before Ghost.
Before Ghost that really grabbed the attention of a lot of people, that was really getting played a lot. Like, the Ghost servers, the people playing Ghost online is still lower than the people who are playing Black Ops 2. As far as like the people that are on their servers, they released it because Ghost was bad, right? But my thing is like people aren't really focused on the social aspect of it because it's so easy. There should be one though.
What social aspect?
Everyone is like. Is so
calm down, Miyamoto.
Dude, there has to be social. Think about the best games. Think about the best games. The best games have that social atmosphere.
Talking about multiplayer.
It depends.
Right.
If you're talking about multiplayer.
Yeah.
You're starting to get into that Nintendo theory. This is exactly what people complain about with Nintendo. See, we're getting back to you can't make the gamers happy. We're starting to get back into that.
Right, and you're not going to make them all happy, but the idea is to make it memorable. How many games are just going by and people are like, okay, done?
Because the gaming. Here's another thing: the gaming community wants this great social gaming experience, multiplayer experience. But you're not going to get that playing by yourself, even if you're like on the headset and all of that, and your friends, across the city. You're not going to get that same social experience as you would all in the same room playing Smash Brothers.
That is true.
That's what Miyamoto.
Which is the reason why we didn't know you.
But whenever someone says, okay, our multiplayer is only domestic. People go, what the fuck is this? We need an online game. What are you thinking about?
Okay, fine. I'm happy. Okay, fine. Resident Evil 5. You're happy? Oh, I see. You're not happy. Okay, then.
But the online multiplayer, okay, the best games, right? So we're talking about Smash Brothers, right? Smash Brothers, everyone's in the room talking trash to one another.
Yeah.
You know, now everyone is fleeing to parties, avoiding any kind of social interaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can't handle it, and I know that there are people online that piss you off. They say things out the way. But what is a game without an arch rival? You know what I mean? Like, when you get on Halo...
Can you really call them an arch rival online, though?
Maybe not. But for a moment, somebody can be your arch rival.
Yeah.
You know?
What JMike's trying to say, he wants that likable asshole. That's what I'm here for.
Yes, exactly. You know, when it used to be the best thing when you were playing Halo 3, you know, or Halo 2, and they had I forget what you call it, but basically if someone's close to you, you can hear them talk through their mic.
Uh-huh.
Because everyone's in game chat communicating with their teammates. And then you're in game chat too, and you overhear someone talking, you're like, you know? and then you go down there and you kill him and you teabag him and you're talking, and like while he's waiting to respond for those next 5 seconds or 3 seconds or whatever, you're talking shit to him, he's going off, and then when he comes back to the shotgun room, you picked up the shotgun because it spawned, you put a hole in him and you teabag him again. That stuff makes a game memorable. People are fleeing to their parties now. There's no, and even if, and it's so bad to where it's almost hard to reverse, because now if you're that guy who's like, you know what, maybe I should go into the social atmosphere of the game and not, you know, separate myself into a party, there's no one there anymore.
Yeah.
And the likelihood that you'll find people there consistently is slim to none. You know, people already have most people who were playing Xbox from the get-go already have a full friends list of 100 people.
Yeah.
You know? They're not looking for anyone else. They've already got their groups up, you know? But people who are coming into the consoles are not getting the same social experience on these new consoles that they were on the old consoles, because we were just moving to multiplayer.
It's funny how these in these times we have all of these social apps and these more sociable technologies, but they're making us less and less sociable.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they put games that should be having the console release on fucking phones. Why?
They're making Call of Duty Legos. It's M for motherfucking mature. What the fuck?
Lego Call of Duty.
Oh,
no, wait, Jay.
my block.
Seriously, like if you if your child is 7 years old with Call of Duty Legos, you are the most irresponsible parent thus far in history. Like, stop feeding your kid.
Call of Duty. If you go on Call of Duty, you hit the mute button. It's probably the least violent video game available. That's the moment you hit the volume on button. You stupid fucking faggot! I hope you fucking die, you stupid piece of nigger shit!
But you know what? You don't even get that anymore. You don't even get the trash talking.
Because on Xbox One and PS4, if you cuss, they'll ban you for a day.
No.
And you get caught.
I've never heard of that.
Like
JMike says that as he
when
goes.
they were if you were recording or you were doing a Skype call, well, especially on Xbox One, and you cussed and it went through the system because they were like monitoring that shit at the beginning of Xbox One.
Oh man!
And you got caught saying, "Oh damn, I died."
Yeah, I remember that.
You got banned for 3 days.
Wow, I never saw that.
I told you about that.
Yeah.
Like in Knoxville, remember?
Wow.
That's
never happened to me, and I was cursing a lot.
But you got Xbox One in January after they changed that.
Yeah, like January, February.
Yeah, I guess they did get January.
Policy.
Maybe they did change that policy, because I was playing Forza, and Forza is so hard to play with other people. You play against the computer, you're like, yeah, man, I cut around you. You play with people, they're like, I'm just gonna block you off. I know your car's faster, but I need the credits. Sorry.
It's the DJ, like you didn't grow up in PS1. That's what you did in Gran Turismo.
So then you start ramming them and stuff, and you always get that one guy. It's like, I'm in first place. He's in second place. We're so close to the finish line. He's like, going for the glory. Hit maneuver. I flip over and die. He flips out order and dies. We cross the finish line in 11th and 12th place. Thank you a lot. Then you get that one troll who's driving around in like some pink SUV that he's customized with like My Little Pony on it. He has like the Hummer or something like that. He's like hitting driving opposite way on the road, slamming everybody. Like, so you run into those issues a lot when you're playing the game. So you run into that issue a lot when you're playing the game. It's just it's so complicated, but that social aspect of the game needs to come back if we're gonna rejuvenate multiplayer. She's asleep.
Multiplayer. But I don't. You can't end that fragmentation.
There has to be something. There has to be something that's gonna be able to break that, or something that's gonna have to. There has to be something.
Going into the living room now.
Mario Party 10, you say.
Stop looking at my screen! Stop screen looking!
It's screen cheating.
Nintendo Power, when they're still wherever, actually approve of screen cheating, especially in GoldenEye. Sometimes I have to do that. Weird.
Dude, I used to hate when people screen cheat on Rainbow Six, because they screen cheating when they shoot you through the wall. I saw the tip of your gun. No, man, you shot me through the wood because you saw
the tip of my gun. I'm holding a pistol.
I know, right? And the way they hold it, it's like down to their waist, like this. And you're like this or whatever. Your shoulder's not even peered out along the wall. And then the wall's like, and it's like flat across here, but it's thin wood right here. And all you hear is, why are you screen cheating? And they know they'd be screen cheating too, but anyways. I'm just waiting on the game to bring back the social atmosphere.
And new IPs.
Yeah, dude. First off, oh my gosh. Terrible servers, bro. Okay, have you ever played an EA game?
Yeah, everyone's playing.
Everybody's playing EA game,
bro.
EA servers
are
so bad.
Every EA game, you can't even get on the game the first day it's released. You can't get online. Like, it's never happened on an EA game.
It is.
But EA is just like the evil company anyway. Evil gaming company anyway.
Just wait till Madden 15 comes out.
Dude, I've been playing FIFA 14, dude. The server, it'd be randomly cutting out servers. Oh, we're doing maintenance again. Like, what am I paying for?
And then not only you have to pay for Xbox Live, then you have to sign up for EA's own online service, which you don't have to pay for that, but still, god damn. Come on.
All these rights.
Recent people got PS4. Now I think about it to this day.
Oh, because you still have to play, if you play an EA game on the PS4, you still have to sign up for the EA shit.
Well, you won't have to pay for the Xbox shit.
You said no, they have it.
PlayStation Plus. Play for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, EA are those kinds of greedy bastards. Make sure you have Plus to have it. Yeah.
It's just, but dude, FIFA is their best-selling sports game. Like Madden, NBA, 2K, everyone, NHL.
You just say 2K.
I don't know why I said 2K, but you know what I'm saying.
Live.
Live. Those are all like good selling sports games.
Not live. No one likes live.
Yeah, no one likes live. But no one likes live.
Yeah,
if you own live, you should just.
Not anymore. Back in the day, yeah.
The moment they released 2K, live became a piece of shit.
That was fucking 1999, so shit.
Man. So my thing is, that game alone brings in so much money. And what they do is they milk this thing called Ultimate Team, which is where like there's a card for players and you open these packs and you hope that you get a card that's valuable. And they milk, I don't know the numbers, but it is their highest selling sports game and they make so much money off of it. You can't afford to put up decent servers for those kinds of games. Like, if you're making so much money off these games, how could you not support them online?
FIFA. Well, a lot of games are like worldwide online, but FIFA is literally worldwide.
Yeah, because soccer is a worldwide thing.
Yeah, I did. I ended up playing. I played like Italian people. You'll hear people with like
and it's probably
English
has
accents sometimes.
the busiest servers.
I can even go on to say I think people still my favorite sports cities out there.
It was. I mean, we played it that one time. Willie got crossed up. Sorry, Willie, bro. It happened though.
Don't worry. That's just preparing for
the type of niggas to make DLC on the first day. It's like you could have just included this on the dish.
In the first place,
Dude.
What
in these microtransactions nowadays?
No, wait. It's not fast Capcom. Never forget Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Oh my god.
They had DLC that's already in the game. Released as DLC.
It's already on the and Skylanders.
Oh yeah, Skylanders.
The original Skylanders. It came out and everything. There was no DLC. There was no bonus. Anything. Everything was already on the disc.
Yeah.
But you had to buy those stupid little toys to unlock everything on the disc.
Yeah.
That is like the fuck.
Which is where Call of Duty starts to get some of its pluses because it comes out. It has 13 maps. You have all the guns and stuff. Then 4 months later, they come out with 7 brand new maps, maybe like 4 gun upgrades and some costume changes. That's DLC that's worth it. But when you drop DLC on the same day,
that's already on the fucking disc.
The same day that you drop the game, it's like you might as well put that DLC on. What was the purpose?
Well, just make it unlockable. That made it more satisfying.
Yeah,
It's just, gaming is just going down, man. It's just, and what's the worst is these patents and these rights. These it's like domination, dude.
You get afraid to make anything. Okay, I'm gonna make a story about there's a guy.
It's already happened.
There's a guy and his niece died, and he's going to take vengeance. And then all of a sudden, the people who made Watch Dogs come out. Oh, it's too much like Watch Dogs. You said a guy and his niece died.
It didn't like us.
No, her name is Niece.
It's just it's getting too much. It's getting excessive,
But because it's a bit like it's progressively becoming more and more a business, and these companies they're thinking, when you get the independent game developers, that's why you get games like Journey, Walking Dead. You have these independent developers that come in and they're actually passionate about making these stories. And even like when new IPs come out, the first game, they don't know how it's going to do, but the first game is always, the first game will always have like a good story, great gameplay, memorable moments. But then, the company makes so much money from that game, they're like, okay, we want you to make a new game every year for the rest. So now they have to come up with some BS to throw out there because they were told, look, you gotta keep
they need the money for the job.
You got to keep making us money.
It's just, and can't they see that they're driving this stuff into the ground? And they're just like, oh well, we're just going to get another game, and those publishers are going to make a new game, and it's going to sell millions. It'll be fine. We'll just reset, and once that game dies, we'll just get a new company. They'll reset.
Because look,
but don't you think that you're pushing away the gaming community in hindsight? Maybe now you're making a quick buck, but in longevity, you're about to really cut out yourself.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. When you look at these companies, these CEOs, a lot of these CEOs probably have never played video games. They don't care about video games. They're there for the business aspect of it. So when they get into these offices, they just care about making money and doing whatever it takes to make money. They don't care about, if the fans like the game or not, because once you buy it, it's too late for you to do anything,
So these things about these quick cash-ins.
If everyone buys the game, but nobody likes it, well, they still bought it. You still cash. The CEO wins, regardless.
They can always sell it though.
Yeah, they can always sell it back, but a lot of people won't. They won't sell it back.
Especially with the return policy.
And then Best Buy will be like, well,
you'll open the plastic wrap around and not even pop open the thing to look at the look at the hard side of the disc, and they'll be like, "Up, $8."
You can get something for equal value.
Well, I'm starting to go ahead and pre-order both Let's Buy.
Man, like, and that's a shame, you know. But this, in the long run, I think this money hungering, like, and think about some of the mistakes that's been made on some of these consoles. When Nintendo hit their prime, they messed up and made PlayStation. You know.
Yeah, they did.
like whenever you reach this maximum point where your goal becomes so driven on money, it always backfires, and it's like they're not watching. It's like they're not seeing it coming. Like, don't you know what happened to Dreamcast? Like I mean,
that's still the biggest mystery to this day. Actually,
I don't think money had anything to do with Dreamcast.
That's still the biggest mystery
I feel
in
like
this world.
no, the problem with that'll be completely. That's another video. That's another discussion.
Yeah, another.
Yeah,
like I said, that's the biggest mystery. How did the Dreamcast fail?
Someone explained it to me and it made a lot of sense, but that's another topic. Discussion.
They have, I mean, and now they have like this whole, like Sony is really combating with Microsoft right now, and it's going back and forth over, you know, and right now Xbox is considered the underdog. I don't really see why, because PlayStation has
it's the wholesale shit.
They're only looking at sales.
Everybody does that. That's one of those things you don't pay attention to. As long as you got a big base.
That's the thing. That even happens with movies, though.
Yeah.
Because a movie will come out and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, that movie was so great because it made so much money." You're like, "Dude, everybody watched that movie. Nobody liked it, and the only reason it made so much money is because a bunch of people went to it because they thought it was going to be good. Nobody liked it."
At least I can honestly say I like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's better than Avengers.
It was?
Yeah, actually.
I've not seen it. I'm gonna go see it. I thought that the whole idea looked stupid. When they took Vin Diesel and made him into like some alien, I was like,
it was stupid at first, but you started to grow as you watch the movie.
Yeah, but the same thing is kind of happening with these consoles. You know, people are like, "Oh, the Xbox One sold more at the beginning. Xbox One is better." Well, in the last quarter, PlayStation 4 sold more units, so PlayStation 4 is the best. You know, let's be honest. Let's be honest. PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are totally equal.
There's no console war between
when every game.
I'm gonna tell you the real console war.
A lot of the times when you see a game, it's like, this is going to be a PS4 exclusive. By the time that game comes out,
it's on Xbox.
It's cross-platform. The same thing happens with Xbox.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, of course, you know, Sony's still going to have their Uncharted. They're going to keep that. Microsoft is still going to have their Halo and their Gears of War. They're going to keep that. But, like, these third-party developers are like, let's not take advantage of this war. That's retarded. Let's just make our games cross-platform and maximize our profits. That's why Kingdom Hearts is Kingdom Hearts is going to Xbox.
It's just
and Final Fantasy 15. It's crazy.
It's just, I don't know, you know, I just...
I hope the audio don't pick up on that.
I hope the audio don't pick up on that either. Give me a second while you sit here and talk.
I just not realizing I had this on this damn screen for the longest.
Yeah.
More like I'm afraid if I unplug this thing, it's going to stop recording.
Could you just cut it down some? Can you see
just cut it down some? I'm recording. I mean, you can have it
up. These other games, they
Thank you. Oh. I'm back.
Are you?
Yes.
What you about to say, Troy?
Yeah, back to the whole idea, you know, we want something new, we want something fresh. Another thing I've noticed is, like, it's not the fact that we're getting older that these games are seeming less and less exciting, because it's the thing that we've seen everything there is to see in these games. You know, we've seen explosions, we've had our favorite characters die, you know, we beat the crap out of Master Bison 25 times with the Hadouken.
I'll show you, kid.
There's nothing that can really, like, once you've been playing games for like 10 years, there's nothing that can really surprise you.
And that's where replay value comes in.
Yeah. Well, even with the replay value, let me throw something out. For example,
Give me the perfect example of replay value. It's not the counterfeit you.
Let's just say, I don't know.
It's one choose one series I can't counterfeit against.
I can't think of the name of it right now. It's Batman.
What, the Arkham series?
No,
Oh.
the fighting game, Mortal Kombat, made by developers of Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Injustice?
Yes, Injustice.
I still didn't think Injustice on this day.
No, I'm not saying it's not fun.
Oh.
But, you play through it and you go, yeah, that was a really good game, but there was nothing that was really, like, surprising about it.
That will keep you coming back.
And, like, it keeps you coming back and playing because, it's a fun game, it's addictive, but
That's all. That's what.
Think about like the real old games. The first time you punch somebody and set them on fire,
Oh.
That was fresh back then. You get what I'm saying now? That was fresh back then. Now it's like I've done everything that there is to do in video games. But these companies are so focused on money that they're not really pushing their developers to create something new, because new is a gamble. From a business standpoint, new is a gamble, and I completely agree. I understand that, and they can keep making these same games over and over again, or use these same themes or these same engines, these same game types, and they'll keep making money because people. I mean, if they made a Bulletstorm 2, 3. Everyone would go buy that Bulletstorm, just because it was Bulletstorm. There would be nothing new about it, or even if there was something new. And it doesn't matter like what new game comes out now. You've seen it before. It was just put in a different package, I just want to see. Like, I really want to see the rise of these indie developers because they're like the last hope in getting something fresh,
I didn't look at it that way.
And even then, what can they possibly do? Because I'm sitting here thinking there's nothing that anyone can do in a game that I haven't seen before. I've seen a game where people die. I've seen a game where no one dies. I've seen a game with fire and explosions. I've seen games without fire and explosions.
Yeah, from a story aspect, I could see that.
Well, I mean, even gameplay.
Depends. It depends.
We've seen them in all different places. I think, it's just gonna take some kind of, I don't think it necessarily they have to reinvent. I don't think they necessarily have to reinvent the wheel per se.
More combat.
I think what's necessary is that it needs to be an idea that is just fresh enough to be considered original.
Yeah.
More combat.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be like, these guns are insane because they look like nothing you've seen before because they shoot from the other end of the handle and you don't pull a trigger.
See, that's exactly the thing. That's exactly what everyone's doing now because they think that's fresh. Okay, what if we made guns that like turn into spiders and they shoot out of the handle?
How about we add parkour to our system?
Titanfall parkour. It was sick.
Yeah, I do have to admit from a gameplay aspect and control aspect, I do about the parkour system.
Hey, the better you are at parkour.
Oh yeah, damn! I'm glad my name said we're finally getting a sequel too. Thank God.
And the better you are at parkour in Titanfall, the better you are at playing the game. Yeah.
Oh, the better
you can tell how good a person is at that game by the way they.
Oh, the better you are at controls. I mean, no.
You can run on walls.
But also I feel like that push to do something new could also completely kill a company.
Yeah.
Because you see that with Nintendo, where Nintendo, at least of Japan, really isn't focused on sales. Of course, you know, they need to get their sales because they're a business. They need to get their sales, but they're so focused on trying to find something new that they're losing interest. They're losing the interest of the people. And when they finally do think they have something new, some douchebag said, "Ha ha ha ha! I took a patent out on that in 1984, so I'm going to sue you 5 years after you release it."
I'm gonna tell you what the next step in gaming is, and it's going to be a fight to the death because people are so over concerned with rights and patents, and these companies are killing any idea we can scramble up. But I'm talking about a vision that is worth obtaining. The next step in gaming is virtual reality consoles.
Okay, you lost me.
I was watching this machine. It wasn't the Oculus Rift that everyone's talking about. That is dying already to these money-hungry, grubby, discovery.
It's all coming.
Facebook buys it. Microsoft's trying to get their hand on it. Oh, do you own the eyepiece of it? Because we own the earpiece of it. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, well, you may have it, but according to the patent, we own the batteries in that thing.
Yeah,
we can't even charge that motherfucker.
It's like
what I'm talking about is I was watching this. It was almost like a treadmill. I know it sounds awkward. Give it a second. It was almost like a swaying treadmill. And he was turning.
A few days ago?
I
saw it too.
He was turning his head, and his view would change too. And he'd pull up and he'd shoot. And it was... I'm not sure how accurate. I'm not sure how accurate it was calibrated. You know what I mean? But imagine a game where it touches the senses to where a person feels like he's in that war. That is the next experience.
If it's executed right, yeah, I could see it.
They have a vest like that. It's for PC. You put it's like a bulletproof vest looking thing, and it has haptic feedback. So when you get shot in the game, you get wherever you got shot, you'll feel it right there.
Wow! But that is the next step. That is honestly the next step.
Now think about how many patents that are out for that already.
I know, and that is the issue. Companies are going to hinder.
That doesn't just go for gaming. That goes to technological advances in general. I feel like we're going to be stuck where we are because people are going to be too afraid to invent stuff because they're going to get sued. It's crazy. But continue.
Companies, in theory, are going to destroy gaming. Gaming is going to hit an all-time low because of companies. Like all good hobbies.
Let's not say companies. Let's say patent trolls. Because patent troll, they take out patents and stuff with no intention of making the object or whatever it is that they patented, just in hopes of being able to sue later on and get a bunch of money, or call someone to settle. This is what Philips did to Nintendo.
Poor Nintendo. Just trying to, and that's one thing I will give to Nintendo. They are really doing their best to
revolutionize gaming.
Yeah, to plead to the people that they like.
Since they didn't want.
I don't know if I'm gonna go on revolutionizing gaming. But no, I do think
I'm not saying that they do revolutionize gaming. What I'm saying they try to revolutionize gaming.
Yeah, well, they didn't revolutionize everything, of course.
But as far as commitment to publishing what their group likes, they do it. They're not in this
Not with the Wii.
They're not in this competition that Xbox and PlayStation is in. Whereas this competition can be a good thing, it is also a bad thing in some aspects. And I think Nintendo and their franchise really shines light on what's negative about that console war. And I think the same happens vice versa.
Especially with Nintendo, where even though like the Wii U doesn't have a lot of games, almost all of them are exclusive.
Yeah.
Only on Wii U.
Yeah. And another thing is that they they have made it so obvious that the game doesn't have to be killing, aggressive, a super mature game for it to be fun. Fun can be,
or it doesn't have to have
simple.
a super expensive graphics card in it.
Or online mode, actually. I think about
I
it.
thought that was so stupid. I was online or whatever, and I made a post about it because it pissed me off what these people were saying. I got 40 likes on the page. First off, it was Xbox. It was an Xbox related page, Microsoft related page, and it was talking about get excited for Titanfall. And at the moment, Titanfall hadn't came out yet.
Yeah.
People really didn't know what it was going to be like. But all we saw was new things. Mech warfare. We haven't seen that in a while. Even though that is a refurbished idea.
Yeah.
If you think about it as just a standard concept of mech warfare. That's happened before.
You said Mech Warriors at first, but never mind.
You know, so mech warfare was coming back. And they're mixing it into a parkour. And they mixed it in with first-person shooters. And in this game, it was more fun to play objective-based than like a team deathmatch kind of game. It was actually more enjoyable. Whereas when you're playing Call of Duty, there's some people concerned with their KD ratios to where objectives will never get done because they don't want to risk their life to take the flag.
Like they're really gonna die.
Yeah, you know. All right. So what I'm saying here is that when the dude put this comment up about how great the console was, and it was he based his argument off the graphics card. Yeah. If you look up the they both have 8. This is gig. I think it's 8 gigs of RAM. They both have the same amount of RAM. It's the same graphics card, except for one is like RR34 or something like that, and the other one is like R34. It's like two letters and a number difference.
About the gaming community. Well, I'm not gonna say the gaming community. I'm gonna say the console fanboys. You'll see there'll be like a heated argument, and then someone will say, "Well, PlayStation 4 has 0.5 GPU, whereas Xbox One has 0.49 GPU." You're like, that's a 0.01 difference. First of all. Second of all, you don't even know what GPU is. You just saw it on the website. And you don't know what that means. You don't even know what that means, you dick.
And at the time, PlayStation was struggling to get exclusives.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are you bragging about, bitch? Faster Call of Duty?
Which is also
my Ghost runs at 60 frames. My PlayStation runs Call of Duty Ghost at 60 frames per second. Yours runs it at 57.
But that's a case of being too much of a graphic war.
Oh yeah. Well, I plugged my Xbox up into my TV directly with the new HDMI cable. It runs at 61 frames per second.
Yeah,
it gives a shit.
Yeah, like I'll tell you, like one thing that was killing me.
You're not having fun with your consoles. Meanwhile, people on Nintendo have been playing New Super Mario 3D Land for like 10 weeks. 10
weeks straight.
For like 10 months straight. They've been playing New Super Mario 3D Land, having as much fun as they did.
That just brings up a good question. What's the year's best selling game right now? About Fire. Keep continue. Doing wiki search, and I just hit the wrong damn button. And I just hit the backspace.
The best selling game is probably Watch Dogs right now.
According to, because Xbox has their top selling games on their on the when you try and go buy games, you can see which ones are the most downloaded, most played, or whatever. Watch Dogs is pretty high on the list. I think they're like 4, I think, right now. Watch Dogs was a really good game, but it really just didn't pick up. The fan base that people thought was going to be there wasn't there.
That's because when they first came at E3, first of all, the graphics were incredible. And the game was still fun. It was a good game. But when you show graphics like that at E3 2 years ago, and then you tone them all the way down like they did in the final version of the game, that's really going to disappoint people. Because it's not the game they were expecting. Then
False Hopes.
False Hopes. At the E3 demo, they were talking about like how much stuff that you were going to be able to do, like how immersive this world was going to be, how
side quests, how everyone is in some way linked to one another, like on some string theory shit.
You were supposed to You were supposed to be able to do so much in this game, and then when it comes out, you just walk up and hold down the X button, and then people have a conversation on the cell phone. You know?
Yeah.
And actually, on the PC version of Watch Dogs, somebody went into the game and found the code for the E3 graphics on the PC version of the game. And so they put the mod out, so you can go and download that mod, and it'll go into the game, get that code, and then update your Watch Dogs on PC to the E3 graphics.
And that's
And like a lot of like people were already disappointed playing it, but once that that mod came out, people were just outright distraught and disgusted with not the game itself, but with who was it? Ubisoft who made it? Yeah. Ubisoft. They were like outright like upset at Ubisoft at what they'd done.
It's you can't keep disappointing gamers like this. I mean, if the I remember it because it was like, you hack in this one person's life, you figure out how much their salary is, and then next you track them back home or some shit. Yeah, and then they turn out they're doing like child pornography or something like that. Their salary don't add up.
Like you thought you would be able to like.
There would be like almost an infinite number of side quests, like as if it was something truly.
And infinite, all talk, possibilities. You can like infinite possibilities as far as hacking, breaking into stuff. There was like just so much that we thought we'd be able to do,
and it turned out more like Assassin's Creed, but not even a deep plot. And the plot wasn't even as deep as Assassin's Creed is.
Yeah,
and I feel like Assassin's Creed is really like
they're in the same world.
What you talking about?
Assassin's Creed, you didn't know? You get to kill the what's the name of the company in Assassin's Creed?
Abstergo?
Yeah, you get to kill the leader of Abstergo in Watch Dogs. It's a side quest.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a side quest.
But yeah, I feel like and one thing that speaking of games that are like that are like out there only because of like single player that don't have the multiplayer aspect and they're still doing well, Assassin's Creed. People like playing Assassin's Creed because the storyline is just so deep all the time. Like
1, 2, 3, and like Brotherhood.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, like.
Yeah, I'm about to say Black Flag wasn't that deep.
Yeah, Black Flag wasn't deep at all.
It was that was when.
Matter of fact, he was probably the more anti.
That's when the cash counting started.
One thing I do like about Black Flag is that they did do some things new, like the whole pirate ship aspect. Like
it was which is tedious and boring sometimes.
It depends on who you are, because Assassin's Creed Black Flag, a lot of people, I've only heard two opinions. It's the best Assassin's Creed, or it's the worst Assassin's Creed.
Oh, I get it. Those are hit and miss game.
Those are the only two opinions I heard. It's the best or it's the worst.
Yeah,
hit and miss game.
Because what the game did that was different was that, as far as like taking you to that era, you really felt it. You know what I mean? Like when you played like Assassin's Creed 1, my favorite Assassin's Creed is Assassin's Creed 2 with Ezio.
Ezio, everyone loves Ezio.
I'll
always be the best.
Subject 17.
No one likes Connor.
No one likes
Connor.
Yeah, man. When I was playing through those games, I mean, whereas the environment, made you kind of feel like you're a part of that era to a degree. When you were playing Black Flag and you're on that pirate ship and they're singing the shanty songs and the sun is up and the water, how the water looks, and like
like Assassin. They do a lot of research when they go into those Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah,
they do a lot of research.
That was enveloping for me.
Like if you want to talk about historical fiction, that is like the prime example of historical fiction in games.
Yeah. I like the little side quests because like I'll go back and Google it and I'm like some of these names are it's like there's always that one person on the internet that knows. Yeah. He's like, this person's name, if you just replace the first letter in both of them, is this guy, and he actually did these things, and this is him. And
except he did mysteriously die, but we know the assassin didn't kill him. This is just what said.
And I liked when they were doing the E3 for Assassin's Creed 2 as well, and they were like, well, this building won't be complete because at that time point that you're in, it wasn't complete. Mm-hmm. Later on in the story mode, it will be. Like that is interesting,
Especially
And people were thinking that, if Ubisoft is making Assassin's Creed and it's deep, and we don't know how long they've been taking out their time to make this new game, Watch Dogs, but we're looking at the graphics and it's even better.
Yeah.
And it seems to have this new immersive, like, constant changing, like, everlasting. That's what people want. And
you get like this game, this bland character, Aiden Pierce. In my opinion,
so let's shoot that nigga.
the most interesting character in the game was Jordy,
Yeah.
and he was a total dick at the end.
So
he was the only character with some type of personality.
Dude.
Otherwise, Aiden was just like, okay, I'm gonna find the person who killed my niece. Okay, I'm gonna save my sister. Jax, it's okay. You have to be strong. I'm not strong because I shot 10,000 people. He's such a bland character, and there's no real develop. Like once I felt nothing when I beat that game. I was just like,
you know what?
Whatever.
Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, when you met his daughter, I felt nothing. Like
it's that
when Ezio was in that room, in that God mysterious woman started talking, I was like morphine overdose, like just like frozen. Like when his family got hung, he tried to go see his dad, up at the top of the clock tower. I'm like, but like when he got his daughter back, I was like, they didn't mention nothing about this person's daughter.
Yeah.
Like, his daughter just appeared. His wife left him. Like, what is this game?
Like in Assassin's Creed 1, when you fight the teleporting guy at the end, that was epic. You felt something when you beat that. You were like, yes, this is awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Even like with the retarded, convoluted story of Final Fantasy 13, once you finally beat the first form of Orphan and take down his easy second form, you felt like you accomplished something.
Yes.
You accomplished something, or you just happy to say, damn, thank God I finished this game.
But playing through Watch Dogs, I was just like, okay, fine, let me go to the next mission. The only thing that really stood out were the digital trips. That's what made the game worth it to me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a fun game, but those were the real standout points, the digital trips. And there were only 4 of those.
If they would have, that game went from like this new nostalgia filled game that we were waiting on.
Not nostalgia filled.
Yeah, I was about to say there wasn't no fucking
It was supposed to be completely a whole new. It was supposed to be immersion on a whole new level, like something we can't even imagine how immersive this game was supposed to be.
And when it came out, it was like Grand Theft Auto.
Basically,
it was like Bloods and Crips got a hold of new technology, and
in the future.
he even had a bandana, bro. He was a G, bro. It just wasn't anything. That face is so creepy, bro. Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't anything to it.
Press X. When do I do something else?
Dude, it was
then no one ever.
And then like those puzzles, even the puzzles were like,
okay,
let me go up here, press X. Let me turn these tubes.
This is totally hacking. This is why it's so hard. And
I get that more on the more easy side, not say challenging side.
Yeah, man. It's just I'm ready to just pick up a game that's gonna take it to the next level. And I think that the game that's going to get me closest there, as of right now, because I'm going to let you guys know for certain, because I'm already Destiny. And I do Twitch feed. I have like 50 followers right now on Twitch, and I've been viewed like 1,000 times. And yeah, so I'm getting up there. I mean, but that's nothing compared to like it's nothing compared to like what a lot of people have. Like, I'm not super awesome streamer. Went to school for
don't get fame right away. It happens. Just build up a fan base.
Yeah, you gotta build up a fan base first. And I plan on streaming the Destiny. And I did do some streaming for the beta, so I do have some beta streaming on there. If you guys everyone to check it out. But I mean, it's like the game was like, and it was so well made for beta. Like you couldn't crack out the map, and when you did, you would find all these secret areas. The game was always hinting. When people were complaining online because I was reading some of the forums. People were complaining because they couldn't keep their characters from the beta. That's what I was hearing a lot. I'm like,
it's a beta.
It's a beta. Like, you couldn't keep your characters. It's meant for you to enjoy it. It was like mixing Phantasy Star Universe with Halo.
Oh my gosh,
with
Phantasy Star.
Oh yes.
You remember how Fantasy? You know how Fantasy
Sega back on us. Ooh.
You know how Phantasy Star
GameCube
reminds you guys. That is the feeling it had. You had your character. You could sit down. You could dance. You could salute. And they have this thing to where you be playing, and out of nowhere, people merge into your same world. You know what I mean?
Phantasy Star, I did first.
Yeah, they did. They did. And but they're bringing this back in. And it's like a rehash of these different ideas. But I think when they come together, it's going to create something that a lot of people are going to like to, are going to want to play. And if it doesn't come out the way it's supposed to, save your money, because I will tell you if it is bad. And the backstory seems really cool too. Really quickly, backstory is this big white orb planet thing comes to Earth. Everyone's life starts extending. People are living longer. And I can't remember what this orb is called. It'll come back to me pretty soon. But everyone's life started to expand. There's more natural resources. We started to do interplanetary travel, started to colonize different planets, and then this enemy called the Darkness of whatever that orb is called came and followed it and almost brought humanity to extinction. And then it leads to the creation of, there's like 3 races. There's humans, who obviously, if you're just human, you survive, right? And then there's Exos, which is like these robots that are made by humans to help protect them. And then there was Awoken, which are like these weird, almost look like soulless, like pale skin vampire kind of. You don't really know what they are either, and no one really knows where their origin comes from, And then the plot behind it is that humanity is on its brinks. They're kind of behind the walls, like Attack on Titan almost, And as people who have the light in you, you're supposed to go out and go fetch natural resources and stuff to keep the people that are there that are poor and suffering and don't have anything for themselves, keep them afloat. So you're out there on the frontier. And a story like that, mind you, that they're going to just constantly add on to this game. They're probably not going to release another one. This is going to be on some World of Warcraft expansion type shit. You know what I mean? They're going to keep coming out with new planets, new story, more this, more that. You know what I mean? To keep the story going. It's not going to be like, oh, Destiny 2. Like, no. So they've already talked about Saturn.
Transactions.
So
are coming.
I think they play Halo 2. Stop that bullshit ending.
Yeah.
Never forget, JMike.
Never forget. I'll never forget. But I mean, I'm really looking forward to that because, and then there's these different factions. So like the Guardians are what they're called, the people who have the light in them, who go out and fetch items. They're at odds with each other at times because they're part of different factions, and they all have different modes of thinking. Like Dead Orbit is like, you'll sit next to the player or whatever, and he'll just sit there and talk to you, and you can pick up on what he's saying to understand what he's saying. He'd be like, we got to leave here. The Earth has had its time, but we don't have to die here with it. He's talking about more fleeing because the darkness is going to come. And then this other group is called Future War Cult. They're like,
whoa, calm down.
It's just so much, dude. It's so much. Like, it's. I just, that's the game that I'm looking at. Like,
that's the thing. I don't really have a game that I'm excited for right now, but I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
One thing that I've noticed about these games is the easiest way to be disappointed with the game.
Oh yeah.
Is to be excited for it.
You are such a deadbeat dad.
So
it's true though. It's true though.
So
sleep with one eye
open. So what I'm doing is like, I'll see a game, I'll watch the trailer, and I'll be like, okay, it looks good, and then I won't think about that game again. But that way, when I buy it and play it, it's gonna be so awesome. That's what happened with the latest Pokemon X. I kept up with it up until they talked about Mega Evolution. I'm like, okay, I've seen too much, so I didn't look up any more news until then. And then when I got Pokemon X and played it, it was like one of my favorite Pokemon experiences. But you see, like all these other people saying, "Oh, it was alright. It was
too easy."
But that was because they played the game, but they had everything spoiled for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you get everything spoiled,
Like Attack on Titan. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Which they've changed.
Still.
They said they're changing the ending, or they're not changing the ending. They're going to keep everything in it, but they're going to add a new ending onto it. So
okay. I have not read
Dragon Ball Z on
watched the spoilers at all, and I refuse to.
I read like one paragraph.
Pulling the Dragon Ball Z, I see.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it, but we'll call that it.
Well, wait, one last thing. I think I'm the other way around. I already see what I'm about to get myself into before I play it. I know I spoil myself too much if I see the end of the game.
What game?
Any game. Well, except Smash Bros. I'll spoil that shit rotten.
I just
That's why I'm about to. I feel like I'm going to unsubscribe from Game Explain because they're just going to ruin Smash Brothers for me.
They will.
Like,
you know it.
It's like, oh my gosh,
September 15th.
Oh my gosh, we got some new Smash Brothers news. Apparently,
I think just today,
Sakurai said that there's going to be a chicken in the bottom of the stage. So be looking out for that chicken. All right, guys, we'll see you next video. Shut up.
I think just today they released more pictures from the.
I have to unsubscribe from Game Explain.
Yeah,
they're just.
That son of a bitch gonna be popped up every time you hit the box.
The reason I subscribe to Game Explain is because I suck at video games, and when I need help, I'll go on Game Explain and type in the game and the boss battle, and it'll pop up. Because Vanille's Eidolon battle on Final Fantasy 13 is so hard because Vanille sucks, and Fang sucks. Well, Fang is good, but Vanille and Fang in that fashion facing that opponent, they just suck as a team. So I really needed help. That's why I subscribed to Game Explain, because their strategy guide was so good. But now they've turned into a spoil everything for Nintendo fans.
Because everybody else spoils it. When everybody else spoils everything else for Microsoft, Sony, so I don't blame Game Explain.
It's just a mess.
If they don't, who will?
Yeah.
I'm gonna unsubscribe from every game channel that's full of spoilers.
But yeah,
I'm happy with the 10 people I subscribed with.
But yeah, man, this is awesome. It's kind of sad because it's almost like a goodbye for us.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to see Troy until we come back.
Won't see me until like December.
This begins the Chronicles of Giant JMike. And we just pause the game. What the fuck?
Where am I at? I see what's up. I can't do
that. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, unfortunately a glitch has occurred on us. Whatever you do, don't get a close up and Dragoon, or that shit will happen, man.
It's fucking ridiculous. You can't tell what the fuck's going on. Pikachu's in here whooping their ass because we can't fucking see.
I died. I'm alive. Step fast.
Damn it, Troy.
What the heck was that?
I'll give you a short on what happened, okay? So then we got the close-up. I just fucking died. We got the close-up. And
Dragoon at the same time.
And Dragoon, we hit the guy who had the close-up, which was Pikachu. And then the whole screen just went to shit. And Pikachu whooped their ass. That's kind of cute.
I'm on my ass fine. I'm not control it.
You're gonna fucking die anyway.
Yeah,
it's
no.
Just,
I'm
no contest.
No, I'm not walking off the stage. There.
Now you guys know what happens. Yet another glitch, other than the Jigglypuff.
The fuck was that shit?
And here we go again, folks.
Like that, folks. That's how the glitch happens. That's everything by John McKim and JMike and Willie Moss. Thank you very much.